Hello, my name's Rob Whitwood and I'm the Managing Director of Inspired Change, and we are going to have another look at the Balanced Scorecard. This time we're going to focus on welfare charity organisations and those that are set up and run to provide care services for lots of different groups. The kind of groups that we could be looking at are those that are elderly, disabled, maybe a group that are disadvantaged, or even animals. So this model can be applied to all those different groups. Most welfare organisations operate on an incredibly tight budget, so what we're looking to do here is to maximise the investment to make sure that we can provide as much care as we can and really help provide a better quality of life. Before we do that, we'll just revisit as to what DRIVE stands for. So direction is looking at where the charity is going, the big goal. We'll look at the resources required to finance the charity, impressing your patients past, present and future, the vehicle that you use to deliver your welfare services, and the evolution engine, passion, performance and people. So again, we're looking at the scorecard pyramid being formed in front of you, and we're going to use this to visualise how we can apply this to your charity. Again, strategy is driven downwards through direction, resources, impressing your patient's vehicle and evolution engine, and performance is driven back the other way. So now let's take a look at a simple welfare charity. So again, we're building the pyramid up in front. Now the main difference between a private organisation is that the goal we're looking at is to maximise the welfare as opposed to maximise the profit. So that's the central goal that we're going to align the entire organisation behind. We have the usual resource financial measurement and return on investment. The next thing is the one that is really different from a private company. We're looking at the customer perspective, and in this case we're going to put the customer as the patient. So the services provided are those care services that are being provided to the patient. That's relatively straightforward. Organisation reputation is very much built around installing confidence in the people that will be making use of the services. And then the relationship, this is the one that really distinguishes a welfare organisation from a normal business. The patient is the person that we have at the centre of the organisation that we're providing welfare for, but that patient could be, as I said, elderly, disabled, disadvantaged, or even an animal. So measuring our relationship with them and how we actually see how good we are can be incredibly difficult because there could be communication issues. So what we're going to do now is introduce other stakeholders that, while might not be the centre of the service being delivered, are looking at the quality of what's being provided. And these could be friends, family, interested parties, they could be government or mentoring bodies, and basically they're looking at the service that's being provided, the quality and the reputation of the organisation to make sure that the patient is getting the best possible. In terms of the vehicle, again we've got safety, environment and quality. We'll be looking at the service delivery and how we maintain the standards of that service and the types of service that's being delivered. And then in any organisation you'll have support services, back office staff and other parts of the organisation that are supporting the main delivery. In the evolution engine we'll look at the passion, the performance, project pipeline and the people. Now again, in the welfare organisation you might find that the people have technical skills and they are incredibly passionate. They work at the organisation not just for the money but for what the organisation stands for and the services it provides. So actually getting a balance between that is quite important. And the performance pipeline is looking at ways to improve the service and how you can actually deliver greater welfare to the patient. So now let's consider the benefits of using DRIVE in a welfare charity. We can see some of the points being made here in terms of maximising the impact of decision making on key outcomes, collective monitoring of all areas of the organisation, a clearer understanding of the impacts on the well-being and complete alignment behind the success of the organisation. Now depending on what type of charity you are and what welfare care is being provided will dictate how you measure different aspects. But ultimately what we're trying to do is maximise the welfare being provided. And using this model, monitoring the different areas, will really help you drive that forward. Thank you.